when I grew up, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't have horses. I'm a big horse nut. I was born a horse lover. My parents knew nothing from horses. They're like, what is up with this kid? I don't know where she hatched out of. I don't know what happened to her. I love dogs. I love horses. They're not really animal people. And we didn't have a lot of money. So I couldn't even have a dog. Of course, didn't have a horse. But I was determined. And by the time I was, I think, 7, I had memorized the entire American Kennel Club breed chart. Anybody familiar with that? Right? I had memorized it, and I made my sister test me every night. I'm like, well, what breed is that? Yeah, you know. So I knew all the dogs, because I was getting that dog. And by the time I was 8, I had a business plan for how I was going to get that dog. And I had it all, the vet bill, the food, what I was going to take it out, and my parents, all cool. So by the time I was 9, we got a dog. Score, right? Horse was another situation. But this starts early, You decide to focus on something, you can make anything happen. So my husband and I, so over the years, I really, really, really wanted to have a horse. And horses were for rich people. So I was really struggling with this belief system, right? I didn't deserve a horse, couldn't have a horse. I was the only kid. I went to horse 4-H because I was still determined. I was in horse 4-H with no horse. I was the only kid in horse 4-H with no horse. But I learned everything. And I won the quiz bowl on all the details about horses, because I wanted to know everything I could about the horses. I was determined. And then in high school, I was running and stuff, and the thing that motivated me when I was running, I was exhausted running on the dirt roads, and this was in New Hampshire, was, can you run a little farther, Sherry? Because if you run a little farther, that would be about as big as your pasture you're going to get when you can get a horse. I'm like, oh, the horse is going to need more room. I got to run a little farther. I swear to God. So I would do this, and I'd be like, yeah, that's not enough. That needs another acre. So I'm running. So in 1998, it took a long time, we bought this farm in Marshall. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, nirvana. This is just all. I didn't even need a house. Forget the house. We didn't even look at the house. Does it have a bathroom? Yeah, it's got a bathroom. Good enough. We got land. So we bought that, and this is our little start, and that's an solar-powered electric fence. Solar-powered. Okay, so I didn't know a whole lot about solar-powered fences. Well, the problem is if you don't have a good battery and it's clouds come over, it doesn't go. So we had horses kind of like in the neighbors, kind of trotting around the backyard sometimes. I mean, luckily they didn't really go anywhere, but we did get a little bit of that. But over the years, we had this vision of what was possible. And that's what it looks like today. And, we're not trust fund babies or anything else, and this is certainly not Salamander Farm, but it's our farm, and it's a place where magic happens.